Hi, this is week 11 reflection. So there isn't actually too much to report back this week. This is going to be a short one, purely because, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, I've been ridiculously ill. I have not been this ill in so long. It just escalated so quickly. I'm surprised I'm even sat here doing this, to be honest. But yeah, so I have not done this much this week. I have done a bit, but I have not done much. I went in earlier in the week and did some more editing, which was great fun. That was loads of fun. I loved it. And I think I almost finished. I pretty much done. I added loads of effects. So far, I am still trying to figure out how I'm going to get rid of that background that I thoroughly dislike. I can't find a way to do that yet. I'm going to ask the technician or one of my teachers whether they know, but I don't think it's possible, so I'm just having to sort of go with it. I still like it. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with my product. I worked really hard on it. I just wish it was in a different location, and yeah. So obviously there really isn't that much to say. I'll talk about the editing that I did because I feel like that is all I really have to say, because that's all I've done. I've literally just been bedridden. I went to the doctors and they were like, sleep. And I was like, I can't, I need to like finish my thing. But yeah, it's okay. Luckily for me, I'm way ahead. Luckily I've stayed super organised on this year and I'm way ahead of the game. And I'm doing well time-wise, and I think by the looks of it I will be done early, so I'm not too worried. Like, a couple of days out being ill is inevitable. It won't hurt because I'm still ahead, so main priority is not getting behind, but at this rate I don't think that's really possible because I am quite ahead. So obviously in terms of editing, I do have some strengths in editing. I think I'm really confident with using the software. Over time I have got more and more confident with Premiere Pro. I've learned loads of new techniques, loads like effects, special effects and stuff. I've loved using them. And they benefited my work because they've made it a little bit more like edgy, a little bit more out there, and that's sort of what David Bowie was. He was a little bit edgy, he was a little bit out there, a bit crazy. And the main goal of my video was to portray David Bowie perfectly and as what he was like, and he was crazy. So that was a priority, using some crazy effects, making it look a little bit abstract, a little bit weird, and like it's not really meant to make sense. It does make sense to me, but to some viewers it might not make sense. And last week I was a little bit worried about that, but actually now I feel like, after watching it and also after thinking about some of the research I did on David Bowie, a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to him. And he was brilliant, and this is what I wanted at the beginning, to be honest. Allowing people to decode something. People love to pull something apart, analyse it, see their opinion on it, and that's what I wanted to give my audience with my product, so they can pull it apart and give their opinions. Might not be the same as mine, might not be the same as me who created it, but that doesn't matter, because that is their interpretation, and I think that's a really great thing about the media industry. Everyone interprets something the way they want, or the way they want to see it, which also kind of goes into audience response theory, and mine was sort of the users and gratifications theory. But I think sometimes that can go wrong. Sometimes people can decode it in completely the wrong way. I mean, look at the Pepsi advert, for example. That needs to be, the director wanted that to be decoded as a way of saying we are united, and as a brand we represent everyone being united, as standing against Black Lives Matter, whereas the viewers interpreted that as saying, well, so you're basically saying a Pepsi can solve, from a Victoria's Secret model, can solve the Black Lives Matter movement and the politics surrounding that. So that's a really interesting one to use as an example, but I don't think this could really be interpreted in a bad way, in my opinion, but it might be, who knows. I'm sure the director of that Pepsi advert did not think that was possible to be decoded in a bad way, otherwise he would have never made it, so, or she. So, what were my weaknesses for this week? I don't think I really had any weaknesses this week, bar being ill. I don't think I had many weaknesses. Editing was great. It went very smoothly. It was quick. And I was really focused as well. I just really heads down and just got on with it and really enjoyed it. I don't think anything went wrong. I guess maybe the fact that I wasn't able to get rid of the background, you could maybe see that as a technological weakness, but I don't really think it is. I think I've done alright this week. So how have my strengths, skills and understandings of the project helped me during the production phase and post-production? So this is post-production, of course. Time management, my time management has improved ridiculously. I don't know if I mean, you've obviously seen my first few reflections where I'm constantly going on about how poor my time management is, although I did say it's improving, which is true, it was improving. But at the beginning of the year, and especially last year, my time management was appalling, just shocking. Recently, it's not been a problem, and I feel like that as a skill has helped me get through this year and helped me to do everything on time. It's been brilliant. I'm really glad that that is a sort of an issue that I had, which I overcame, and this, I wouldn't have been able to overcome that without this course, so I'm grateful for that reason. And it's really helped me with post-production as well, because I was quick and I managed my time well, and I've got editing pretty much done in a couple of days, so I'm really happy about that. So what opportunities are available to me because of this? Obviously freelancing, editing, that is a future opportunity that is there. I think my editing skills are quite strong, and they, of course, like, I'm 17, they need improving, of course, but university will help me do that, and working freelance in the future, editors are needed, so that of course is a future opportunity. So the threats to the success of the project, the background again, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a threat to the success. I feel like it's still going to be somewhat successful, just not as successful as I was hoping for it to be. It's okay though. I think I'm going to find a way around it. I'm going to try and fix it a little bit more, see what I can do, and see whether I can ask the technician if he has any techniques that he's willing to share with me to try and make it a little bit better, purely because of the location. I'm annoyed with myself for that. I'm really annoyed with myself still, but overall, it's a minor, it's a small thing, but it's a small thing that I feel like impacts my product, so that in turn leads to a big thing. And in this industry, every tiny detail is noticed. Every tiny detail is important. And I am a perfectionist. I like everything to be perfect and the way I want it. And it's not really the way I want it. So I'm working on it, and that is my plan for next week. My plan for next week is to finish editing completely, see whether there's any adjustments I can make. If there aren't any adjustments, I need to move on and just evaluate it in my final evaluation with the 2,000 word essay, and talk about that a little bit more. And obviously I'm evaluating about it here, so it is a mistake that I made, something that I should have thought about more, but I am happy with how I've done so far, and by the looks of things at the moment, I think I'm going to be finished a little bit early, so hopefully I'll be able to add a few little extra bits in to bump up my final grade a little bit more. So that was my week 11 reflection, and I will see you next week.